Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nick's Customs. Today, I'll be showing off some Skarloey railway coaches that I made recently. Very recently, actually. I needed to make some coaches for narrow gauge engines at some point for future content, but... Look, here's the thing. When it comes to wooden railway, I've become a cheapskate. I don't want to buy Annies and Clarabelles on eBay or Mercari for maybe $7 or $8, when I can get them at a flea market or a train show for $3, or $2, or $1. I've gotten some dirt cheap deals before. However, I don't really want to be going to train shows at this time, and I don't have any spare coaches, so what was I supposed to do? Oh yeah, I own a 3D printer now. I have a 3D printer now, so that's definitely gonna speed up. I sat down, got the measurements for a short coach, made one on Tinkercad, and in less than 2 days, I had 3 Skarloey railway coaches and a Cora. These coaches consist of 2 parts, the body and the roof, printed out separately to save time and materials. After making the design, I printed out 3 bodies and roofs and began painting, starting out with 3 coats of cream. After they dried, I masked off the tops and painted several coats of blue. After the blue dried, I added the door and window details. I found a method while making these, and my best advice for making coaches is to, number 1, always make them in sets, and number 2, if possible, separate them from their chassis. That way you can add the details on one side of one coach and then line it up with the other bodies and get everything perfectly even. You can just start with a pen and go straight down in a straight line and just repeat that process over and over again. It worked out really well for me. I added these details with a pen and a paint marker. It took some time, but the final product looks great in my opinion. The roofs were painted and glued on with Gorilla Glue, and then I added the faces. After everything was dry, I placed the coaches on some 4-wheel chassis I had lying around with sticky tack. This way I can switch the coaches out with other coaches, trucks, or whatever else the scene calls for. I'm very satisfied with the finished product, and I think they're my best coaches yet. I don't always have access to a printer, which is why some of my customs have decals and some don't. My paintwork also doesn't always come out this good, but with these coaches I really tried to take my time with them and make sure they look good, and I think they came out great. The only issue with these are the roofs, which aren't exactly the most round things in the world, but that's an issue with the printer, and I am working on that. Lastly, before I go, let me show you Cora the Tool Van, a character from the Railway series. I had to make a brake van to go with this train, but I made Cora instead, since she's more interesting. Like the coaches, she can separate from the chassis. I made her using the same method, and I tried to make her detailed, but not over-detailed, but not too simplistic either. And I think she has just the right amount of detail. She has the door, and the face, and the lamp, and little window, but she doesn't have every little plank of wood on her. So, I like it. I like this look. I think she came out nice. And that basically concludes this custom showcase. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.